By the end of episode 1 of Andi Mack, there is no doubt that Andi likes Jonah. I mean, she pretty much outright says it, but even without that, it's pretty obvious. So why are there still people denying that Cyrus likes Jonah when he behaves the exact same way that Andi did in episode 1? Now, there's a lot of things that I could do to try and prove that Cyrus likes Jonah. I could go through all their little moments and, decrypt all the hidden subtext, but I'm not going to do that. It's been done. I might still try and do that someday, but I decided I would instead take something that people know for a fact to be true and help prove another one that some people seem to doubt. I'm going to specifically talk about 3 different parallels, and that should be pretty much enough to convince you, because it was enough to convince people that Andi liked Jonah, so it should be enough to convince you that Cyrus likes Jonah. So the first parallel is the pictures. Now, in the first episode, Andi has a picture of Jonah up on her laptop, and that's the first introduction you get of him, and that's how Bex sees him and is like, oh, you like this kid. And also don't forget that when Jonah texts her a picture, her face completely lights up. Now let's compare that to episode 10, in which Cyrus took pictures with Jonah and is looking at them obsessively. You can only assume that he's definitely not deleting those pictures directly after, and it probably won't be the last time that he'll look at them by the way he was talking about them to Buffy and how excited he seemed about having these pictures of him and Jonah. So that is pretty blatant and obvious. That is about as parallel as you can get, but that's only the beginning. Now let's talk about how nervous both of them get around Jonah. Now they both do kind of calm down eventually once they get more comfortable with Jonah, but they both start off in the same place. They get nervous. They say kind of ridiculous things that they maybe don't mean to say. For Cyrus, it's his voice crack and him just not really knowing what to say. And for Andi, it's her is it that obvious question when he asks you right to hurl, and the whole I like you. Yeah. This one is honestly a little bit less specific because there are a lot of reasons someone can get nervous, but the fact that they both do get nervous around Jonah in fairly similar ways, aka getting tongue-tied, it definitely is a parallel. And number 3, doing things that Jonah likes because Jonah likes it. Andi likes Frisbee. She says that. But she only joined the team because Jonah was on the team. She only played Frisbee in the first place because Bex set her up to get a lesson from Jonah. Otherwise, she wouldn't have even gotten near a disc. Now let's compare that to Cyrus, who goes out on a sports outing, something he's made very clear, sports are just not really his thing, with Jonah specifically to make up for making a fool of himself, which I'll get to in a minute. And on top of that, he became the Frisbee team's biggest fan, which you can really tell he wouldn't have done if Jonah wasn't there. So both of them are specifically doing things that Jonah wants to do just so they can have an excuse to spend more time with him. And it's cute. Honestly, it's really cute. And also, let's talk about a bonus option. Going back to the making a fool of themselves, they both made a fool of themselves in front of Jonah, and then they both worried that he would never want to talk to them again, and then they were both proven wrong. For Andi, again, she thought it was a complete disaster at the Frisbee practice, and she's like, oh, he has a girlfriend, and I made a complete fool of myself, I'm an idiot, he's never going to talk to me again, and then he texted her. And for Cyrus, it was the double date where he puked in his shoe and thought Jonah was never going to talk to him again, and then Jonah talked to him again because he's Jonah. So just the fact that they both act so similar around Jonah should give you enough context to say that they both feel the same way about Jonah. To the same extent, who knows? One of them probably does like Jonah more than the other. I'm leaning towards Cyrus, but that's another video for another day. But anyways, have you noticed any other parallels with them that I didn't have time to get to in this video, or that I just missed, or whatever? Because I was more specifically going from the first episode and then taking other stuff from Cyrus's big moments, but there's probably others that I just didn't catch. So let me know what those are down in the comments. If you want to see more Jyrus videos, give me suggestions on what I can do. I'm very happy to supply a couple different videos I do want to make, just to give you guys some context as to what I'm thinking about. I want to make a video as to why LGBT representation in tween media is so important, and I'm definitely going to be making that video someday. I'm just not sure when. I want to make a video before season 2 comes out about different ways Cyrus is coming out could go, and also Jonah's coming out if he does end up being bi. Just because I'm a writer and so I'm constantly thinking of storylines and things like that, so I'd love to make a video about that. And I still might make another video going through different Jyrus moments, but that one, it kind of depends. I have to come up with a more specific idea of what to do with it. But, like I said, any ideas, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. See ya.